My name is Kristi.
So I'm Taylor. Me and a couple other people from his Golden Eyes, like, we all met on, the comments, and so we decided to make our own fan site.
We came up with it, us girls. We were we all met on hisgoldeneyes.com. I was Chris Cullens, Emma was Peace, Love, Twilight, and Taylor was Twilightaholic. And so we kind of, we've been talking about making our own site, and His Golden Eyes came up with rules and everything, and we were just like,
I've been a Twilight fan since like spring of last year.
It was early fall of last year in October.
Basically my friend came in one day and brought in this book, Twilight, and I was like, because we talked about books a lot, and we were kind of like book buddies, and we were both really obsessed with Harry Potter at the time. And when she brought this in, she was explaining to me how it's like better than Harry Potter, and it's like the best book she's ever read, and I'm like,
my dad and I were teaching a CPR class at one of the high schools here in town, and a girl came up to me while I was sitting up and asked me if I'd read the series, and I was like, no. I was at that point, I don't know, in my teenage years where I was a little bit bored with books, and I couldn't find anything that was really good. And I was a really big fan of Harry Potter, but I'd read the books over a million times, and so I asked her about it and what's it about and everything. She tells me,
I believe her. So, but anyway, she kept trying to explain it to me, and she's like, you have to read it, you have to read it. It's like weeks passed, and then like, probably a couple weeks later, I was in the bookstore, and I needed a new book to read. And I saw Twilight sitting there. I'm like, well, it keeps coming up. So I'm just like, okay, fine. She said it's good, I'm gonna read it. So I bought that with like a couple other books, and I read like Into the Wild first, I think, because I had just seen the movie. And then I read Twilight, and from the first page, I was hooked.
That day we went to Walmart, my dad and I got the book. I saw it. It was on the big stand, kind of obvious, and I read it that day. It was October 29th. I read it. And it took me about 2 weeks to read it, and then all the books kind of followed. Each book had a week, and I finished the beginning of December. I'm the main webcaster because I make videos pretty much every week on my 2 YouTubes because I have a backup, and this YouTube is mainly for updates, vlogs, stuff that I just can't write down that I'm either so angry about or so happy about. And contests, everything. We're gonna have a contest this October. The grand opening is Thursday, October 1st. And I think I'll let Taylor explain that.
Our new fan site is called Starcrossed, and hopefully it'll become, it's only on free webs right now. It's not that great, but hopefully as we keep going, it'll improve and it'll get better. So you guys stick with us, and I think you're gonna be in for a treat. Speaking of treats, we're gonna have the grand opening on October 1st, I think, because we're setting up all kinds of contests related to Halloween, hint hint, and we're gonna give you guys like 30 days to do it. So you guys can probably like have it done by the 31st and turn the contest entries in. And we haven't completely decided on prizes yet because obviously we're not like famous enough to really be able to mail stuff out to you guys. But hopefully we'll see, you know. We'll come up with something that'll be good. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. So yeah, that's basically it. You can email us at starcrossedofficial@gmail.com. And basically, that's good, right?